Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. The wait is finally over. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Here we go! 70, Indy. Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cut.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
And I think we're all eager to see how this offense responds because we know this is a big spot. National TV game to start the season. The whole league and the whole country watching this one. Last year, though, the Packers, the Bears, neither one of them did a whole lot offensively. A 10-3 final. Let's see if the defenses exert their will early in this one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
David Johnson here on the catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Eric Reed is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A first carry now for Thompson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
10-2 stop. 54. Line 54. Here we go. Hey, orbit. Snap.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pruitt. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So here are the Panthers now under head coach Ron Rivera. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
Cam has all the skills that you're looking for. The arm that can do everything, the ability to run, hard to bring down because of his size. But the joy that he plays the game, I think that's his stock in trade. That's his calling card. That's what sets him apart from other players.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They fake the give. Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Hicks. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing is Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Byron Murphy, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
60 outlaw.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking to throw. Pruitt. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, pick your game up. Watch that. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go. I'm scared.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, exit. Ready.
Looking to throw on second down. Pruitt. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Screen play, Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain? Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Back to throw. Pruitt to Thompson on the screen. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On first down, Pruitt. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go one more.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Hit it.
To throw again. Pruitt. Johnson's got it complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Here we go with Johnson. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. So give him the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
25, check 25, check 25.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Newton. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know you feel that.
And here is the Cardinal defense.
Chandler Jones had a nice run in New England, but I think he's found a real home in Arizona with their pressure package and their ability to utilize him in various ways. Standing up as an outside linebacker, he can come off the edge or loop inside in pass rush. And they can also put his hand down on the ground in pass rush situations and let him try and win against offensive tackles.
Check, 43. Check.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
2nd and 3. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Check. Watch 54. Tackles.
On 1st and 10, Pruitt. It's caught by Roberts. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to air one out. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Keyshawn Johnson, 56 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Nassib came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right, got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Now it's Peterson. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Last stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Looking to throw. Pruitt. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Newton now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And fights through one man. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to throw. Pruitt. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On the ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run!
Ready! On second down, it's Johnson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Pruitt. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On 4th down, Pruitt. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier, so good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They will start the drive with Scarlett, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Off play action, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Now Scarlett. It was Ryan Glasgow who got him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
This is Scarlett on the carry. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. The Panthers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll run it with Scarlett. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. On the handoff, it's Scarlett. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Panthers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
And now let's look at David Johnson. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pruitt looking deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. A huge play there for Arizona. 63 yards. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. Of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Complete, it's Johnson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
60 Pittsburgh. 54.
Silver.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This is less than an And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. Now Newton on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we actually look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Newton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Hicks able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Peterson. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Throwing on first down. Pruitt. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got it at the 15. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they get set to take on the Dallas Cowboys. The 4 o'clock games have some intrigue as well, especially up in Buffalo, where it'll be the Bills taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth. Brandon Godden. And Charles Davis.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Time for our players' spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a give here to Scarlett. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's fielded at the 34. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, Pruitt. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Running from the gun, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Got to give credit to both defenses because they've been able to keep the points down. And despite that incompletion, I like the way he's playing. He's putting up decent numbers. What he has to do, find a way to make that sound read and hit that one home run before this one's over.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
11 yards and a Panther first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. First and 10 at the 18. On the draw, it's Scarlett. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They turn to Scarlett again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes. Might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Here's Newton. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Back to throw, Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. Hey, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
On 1st down, Pruitt. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Pruitt. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now it's Newton. His throw incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. On 1st and 10, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
On 2nd and 9. Newton, open man is Samuel, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Great.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Carl Nassib in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Luke Kuechly, his 2nd sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
From the gun on 3rd down. Pruitt letting one go deep for Roberts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more move.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he is all the way up past the 25. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And a give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the 41, Newton over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Hicks bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
60 Pittsburgh.
54 Mike.
We got it.
Get it. To throw on second down. Pruitt. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incomplete.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Jordan Hicks make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Set. Set. 180. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just got their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Who that? Go.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
On the ready.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Check. 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 Hurry up. Hit it.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Throwing is Newton. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Hassan Reddick leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Newton now to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Nice hit, boy. Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
To throw from his end zone. Pruitt. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Pruitt. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Newton. And incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Hassan Reddick able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Let's go.
Ready?
Again, it's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Now watch one. Now.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home. Watch 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check. Get it.
They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Come on,
ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
He trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Pruitt. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Cardinals push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point try now for Succop. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On first down, it's Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The safety, Buda Baker, there to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Newton on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air again, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, his 2nd sack of the night. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Watch the action. General West. Hey, Alpha. 54, let's go.
From the gun, Pruitt. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he is Isabella. 38 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's 21-3. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They've lost. This one, their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 75 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now a first down throw for Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. An 11-yard touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby. I see you over there.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Suck up for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Cam Newton and his offense down by 12. 1:07 remaining. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
43. Check, 43. Coming to you, coming to you.
Newton on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Throwing again on second down. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
132 fighter. Hey, Echo.
Operating from the gun. Pruitt is going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
Mike 5-4.
Hey, Zoo, on the ball. Ready?
Throwing again. Pruitt. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
64, weak. Check cross. Hey, check 24, check 24. Tight dog. Bravo.
From the gun, Pruitt. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Cardinals, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take Start your week by installing your game plan.